Today, I had a tweet that kind of blew up a little bit, and it's simple. It's lean into people who battle with you, question you, piss you off. They're making you better. What I mean by that is, I mean people who aren't afraid to tell you what it is, people who aren't afraid to challenge you and question you on the things that you're doing. I hope you want is someone who is going to challenge you to push yourself regardless of how you feel. You know, those are the kinds of people that you need to start surrounding yourself with, because they're fucking rare. And now I want to talk about the comment that stood out most to me, which is, oh, no, wait, not that one. From a buddy of mine named Rocky Ferroni. And he says it perfectly. He says, a healthy competition, I'd say. People that make you better, they just want you to be stronger. Embrace people of such. But they should have the same mindset as you. And I think he nailed it there. I like to think you don't need any yes men or women. You need people in your life who aren't willing to co-sign to your stupidity. If I'm going to jump off of a fucking cliff, I don't want you telling me to continue jumping off that cliff. I want you to tell me how fucking stupid I am for trying to even get close to the edge because you know I'm terrified of heights. Ones that are telling you to slow down, that you're too young to be worrying about this, to let things slide, are the ones that you shouldn't be having around. The ones who see potential in you are the ones who are going to test you, the ones that are going to push you, the ones that aren't going to let things slide when you fuck up. And if they can't handle you telling them how it is, or vice versa, then kiss that friendship goodbye. Because if you're not looking to improve, you're going to stagnate. And when you stagnate, you're ultimately getting worse. He said, these people are rare and we need to embrace them, you know. And Jenny Allen, who I've been reading her book, Find Your People by Jenny Allen. Super, super good book. Highly recommend. Got it at 20% off at Target. I bought this book about a year ago, in 2022, and going back to it really brought back a lot of good memories, a lot of old ones. Here she says, accountability calls us to who we were meant to be through truth mixed with grace. You may hate getting called out. I know for a fact I don't like it. Your behavior is being challenged. It's not fun. And James Clear says it perfectly. If failure is painless, it gets ignored. The more immediate and more costly a mistake is, the faster you'll learn from it. Knowing someone else has your best interests is a powerful motivator. Yeah. And that he also mentioned it before, James Clear. He mentioned that you constantly put out your best self out into the world, regardless of what you do, regardless of what you're dealing with. Even if you are gutted to your core, even if you're struggling financially, even if you're depressed, you try and show up to the best of your capability. So when someone actually takes a dig at who you are, when you're trying to display your best self, that can definitely be... I digress and go back to the comment. But my favorite part of Rocky's comment, shout out Rocky, go follow him on X, he's killing it. But they should have the same mindset as you. And I immediately think of Jim Rohn's... I kind of want to play it.
Somebody dropped strychnine in my coffee. They said, well, you'd be dead. What if my worst enemy drops in the sugar? They said, will you be okay? I said, what if my best friend, even by accident, drops in the strychnine? They said, well, you'd be dead. Every day, stand guard at the door of your mind. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory, because you've got to live with the result. What would happen?
Fuck, bro. God, he is just...
Stand guard at the door of your mind. You decide what goes into your mental factory. Don't let anybody just dump anything they want to in your mental factory.
Don't let just anyone dump into your mental factory. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Fuck, he eats, bro. He eats. I absolutely adore him, man. Also, he mentioned that, I wrote this one down. He mentioned in that same interview, he says, it doesn't matter who hands you the bad stuff. It doesn't matter where you get the bad stuff from. It'll still do damage regardless. And that brings up my next point. Listen intently to the people you allow criticism from. Listen intently to the people you allow criticism from. The ones who let things slide aren't where you want to be. Take the advice in through one ear and let it out the other. But the one who says the hurtful thing, regardless of how hard it is, telling you what you need to hear, hold on to them, because they have your best interest in mind. And as we already mentioned, as James Clear said, knowing someone else has your best interest is a powerful motivator. Because at the end of the day, like, all this is about the growth that follows. You want to grow. You want to become better. You want to be a better content creator. You want to be a better individual, a better example. So it's all about the growth that follows at the end of the day. There's a point myself, actually, where I decided I want to start writing, because I had seen this tweet before I even thought about becoming an online X account. And it was under the impression that you can start making $100,000 with one specific skill, which was copywriting at the time. And naive at that time, I just thought, okay, I'll learn copywriting in 6 months and then I'll become rich, right? And it took me some time to actually like delve deeper into it. And the more I started getting into it, the more I started reading about it, researching, actually practicing, the more I noticed that I can actually do this. And I took it under my own wing and decided to get my own accountability partner. And it's funny because the person who was on my podcast recently, Robert Medina, who I had to talk with, he was the guy that I had, who was my accountability partner at first. You know, I told him specifically that I wanted to build a business and I wanted to start writing. And I'd say that I'd send him a blog post every day, that I'd send him a tweet, a thread, my follower account, showing them that I was, putting in the work. And if I didn't send him, I don't think I was coming from a place of money. It was more so that I was telling him like my ambitions and I was telling him my goals and that I was serious about my goals, because when I say something, I fucking do it. And I think and I was broke at the time, so like I didn't really have money to give, so I had no excuse. But it was more so like a pride thing, If I told him everything I wanted to do and I'm about what I say, then I need to show the fuck up, and I need to set it straight, right? That I do take action, And it was more so like I can't let this guy see me fuck up. I can't let him see me that I'm slacking or that I'm making excuses and that I don't want to get there. And yeah, I think accountability helps people reach new heights, reach new standards, because literally that day I told him about it. I think he had his kid. That same day his kid was born. And 15 months later, I finally made my first online dollar on X. I've finally started creating the things that I wanted to create. And now I'm getting closer to actually making videos and doing this and talking to you guys and helping you guys. And it's crazy how just a little bit of accountability, a little bit of a push, and talking to the right people who encourage you to go out and do the things that you want to do without actually imprinting their own authority or providing their own unsolicited advice, or and being impeccable with their word, not letting what they say affect you, right? Jenny Allen says it again. She says, how else are you going to get your wrong thinking challenged or your small thinking expanded without friends to challenge you or to expand it? If your people know you love them, we can bear with one another when our words come out rough. Yeah. And that brings it back to that James Clear quote. When you understand people have their best interest at heart, it's not only a motivating factor, but you can take things less personally because you understand that the words that they're saying to you, regardless of how rough they are, it's coming from a place of love and them having your best interest at heart. They only want what's best for you because of the potential they see in you. They want you to reach that standard. They want you to reach and maybe perhaps even excel past that point. Not many people in my physical state, my physical realm, actually journal, right? And the only time they're able to hear their thoughts is by saying it out loud. Imagine you've been having these infiltrating thoughts about yourself. You may tell them, hey, I want to start creating content. Hey, I want to start doing this. Hey, I want to start doing that. Your growth is dependent on who you elaborate to, who you ask for advice, and who you're surrounded by. If you are trying to come from a place of trying to become more and do more, but you talk to people who think less, then you're only going to start thinking less, and you're only going to hear what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. You need to go out and start talking to people who are actually taking the actions that you want to pursue yourself, who are creating the content, who are building the business, who are building the body. Those are the people that are going to only lift you up and expand you rather than bring you down. It's tough. It's actually very, very tough. It's really hard. It's scary. People are going to hurt you. People are going to reject you. People are going to use it against you. People are not going to understand you. People are going to gossip about you. And then people are going to shut you out. But Jennie Allen, once again, she says it beautifully. Truth in love is the safest place to be. Even if it stings a little, iron sharpens iron. It isn't supposed to be comfortable, but it leads you closer to who you want to be. And that's home. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit this with a like and a subscribe. I'm definitely working on creating much more valuable and much more entertaining content. I'm very, very used to writing, so this is definitely, I wouldn't say new, like filming myself, but actually like writing acts for YouTube videos and then displaying them on camera, but it's all been genuinely enjoyable. It's all been so fucking fun, and I just can't wait to continuously grow and continuously get better, because I have this, I wouldn't say a chip on my shoulder, but I have an understanding from being on X for quite an amount of time that I'm starting to notice that everything on YouTube is relatively the same, just a little bit different. So yeah, we're definitely here for a long haul, and we've got a lot of great things coming your way, so I couldn't be more excited for you guys. So hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you later.